Today I'm here to discuss the end of the world. I'm like, or am I? So like a couple months ago, I watched Idiocracy, right? And I was watching it, and I was like, oh, I hate this. I'm sure when it came out, and did it come out in the 90s or the 2000s? It doesn't matter. I'm sure when it came out in the 90s, probably. I definitely know when it came out. Didn't 92? Don't quote me on this because I didn't look. I just assumed. But anyways, when Idiocracy came out, it probably it was actually like you watched it and you were like, yeah, this is a dystopia. This is a dystopia, and this would be a horrible future, and that's why it's funny because it's so dumb and basically what would happen. So Idiocracy, you watch the movie, and you watch the movie as somebody watching it in 2025, 2026, and you're like, oh, they thought this was a joke back then. They thought that this couldn't happen. They thought ads wouldn't be in everything. That's what they thought. They thought that a horrible future, one that was so badly horrible, that made a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a good, funny movie. Definitely show. I think it was a 2000s movie simply because there were certain jokes that obviously people made in the 90s, but was very, very 2000s. 2004, 2005. Like, you watch the movie and you're like, yes, it's a product of its time, but it's a product of its time in multiple ways. First, the Latino racism. Everybody was Latino for some reason, or like cosplaying it. We won't discuss that. That's not what this video is for. This video is about the ads. Cause like the politics part also kind of we're there. Where politically it's just not as, I guess, extreme, but it was exaggerated to be funny in the movie. In real life, it's not funny because it's real life. It's not funny because it's real life. It's not funny because it's real life. So that's why I'm not laughing in it, even though everything's a joke. But what I'm here to talk about right now is the ads and everything. There's literally ads in everything. I see ads everywhere all the time. Like, at once. You get an ad, like, there's reasonable places for ads to be. I'm not gonna lie. When you want to sell something, maybe you will have an ad break on TV, but nobody watches TV anymore, right? So like cable television, nobody watches that, and it's all streaming, right? So the way streaming works is you have to put your ads. Like, people are going to pay to not see ads. So what you have to do is put ads in places where they're going to see it no matter what. They pay to not see them, but they're still going to see them. And like, I saw the Goat movie. I saw the Goat movie, and it was really good. But I couldn't help but notice the Mercedes-Benz ad that was the Goat movie. And the whole like, every car that they showed that was a rich person's car, or like the famous person's car, every car they showed in that movie was the Mercedes-Benz. The evil lady's car was a Mercedes. The good person's car was a Mercedes. Everybody's car was a Mercedes. Am I saying Mercedes? I'm crazy. Mercedes. Everybody's car was a Mercedes, though. Every single, like, the only people that didn't have Mercedes was, like, the poor people. But every other person's car was a Mercedes, and you noticed it. Like, it was actually impossible not to notice. The movie was good, but I was like, this is such a crazy ad. They think they're playing me. They think they're playing me. This whole movie is an ad, and it was not discreet. Like, it was just right in your face. Like, here's this Mercedes Benz ad in the Goat movie. Thank you. And okay, it's like, all right, whatever. It's a movie. Movies have ads in them, like product advertisement, whatever. But now everything, as I said before, is an ad. They got ads in books, like not no Wattpad books, real books. Not some scroll, watch this ad to read the next chapter. No, just like a ad in the book. You're reading the book. I have yet to read a book with an ad, but I've seen many people have read books with ads. And I guess I should say with obvious ads, because like part of like certain types of books, the like you live in the real world, you're gonna have like certain details. Like, I was reading the road. Like, is Coca Cola the ad in the road, or is Coca Cola a metaphor for a time that has been lost? So, sometimes you have to have the real thing. Like, in the road, it's a dystopian world, and they don't got no sweets. Everything's burnt up. Everything's in ashes. But you got that one little can of Coke. A can of Coke. That's what they got. And so you're like, is that an ad? Well, no, not in the way ads are now, because that book is old. And so you find peace in that. You find peace in reading an old book and seeing what would now be an actual ad. Addition to the book. An addition to the movie that was not made for artistic purposes, but simply because you needed to sell something. The movies are ad space. The books are ad space. The songs are ad space. Everything's ad space. The videos you're watching, ad space. Everything, everything, everything. Like, literally, like, I don't use TikTok anymore, but sometimes I go on Reels like once a week. But like, I can't act like I don't like watching the little short form content. I mostly watch long form, yes. I mostly listen to long form content, yes. But in the middle of the night, sometimes you want to get your scroll on. It's an addiction. The scroll is an addiction. Usually my scroll is Twitter. Rest in peace to Twitter. And now it's X. So I've been using it less and less because it's not fun. It's not fun all the time. A lot of times it's just stressful. But everything's ad. Even Twitter, everything's ad. You think somebody is like being honest when they're writing? Well, I don't think somebody's being honest, but you want to go into these things thinking people are being honest and like, I don't know, real, serious, something. I don't know what word we want to use because it's Twitter. But you want to think that somebody is not trying to make money every time they post. Because I'm not posting for money. I posted for the love of the game. And because I'm somebody that posts for the love of the game, I just would hope everybody else is. But no, everything's a check mark. Everything's trying to sell something. Everything, like, next thing I know, under every post, you got a course, you got a AI thing that you're doing, you got a startup. I block everybody now. You retweet, you are what is it called? Oh my gosh, it's like a specific word. But you're stealing tweets. You're stealing tweets with your friends. You and your friends of blue check marks are retweeting stealing tweets to retweet them. And now it used to be like the people that stole tweets from like a couple years ago, like 5 years ago or something. Now they just steal tweets from 5 hours ago. Like they steal tweets from 30 minutes ago. Like, they don't even care anymore. They just trying to maximize their profit with their little blue check mark. And I miss when people didn't have blue check marks and they just put a bunch of ads underneath like a bunch of links underneath their tweets that blew up so that they could make some money. That was better to deal with because I didn't have to click the link. I didn't have to click the link. I didn't have to read. I didn't have to realize halfway through reading a tweet that I read this yesterday. Now I gotta be. I'm working double time, and like that's what like TikTok. I can't take any of these like think piece, these TikToks, these skits that are. Some of them are AI. We gotta say that, but starting out where some of them are just for like, they're just supposed to be like they look real, obviously, but they're a skit, right? Now, we're at the point where skits are, if you're making skits, like you have to be like, I don't know, people making skits, I'm side eyeing you because your intentions for that skit are very important. Because like 90% of people making skits nowadays are just making skits like they're not trying to be funny, they're not trying to be entertaining. They're making skits so that they can rage bait people and make money. They're doing gender role skits. They're doing gay son thought daughter skits. They're doing black woman angry on the plane skits. That's what they're doing so that they can get eyes on it and they can start discourse and that their skit can get like famous. Their skit gets a lot of views and they get some money. Yeah. And it's like okay, but then it's like no, actually not okay because everybody thinks this is real because they're dumb. But I won't let them think that it's the internet. So some stuff is real and some stuff is fake. Nowadays you just gotta go through the whole thing thinking everything is fake. But they be having skits to like sell everything. There's some TikToks that I like that are like they kind of are centered around AI. Like there's these AI brain rot like slot picture things. The people walk around and they show it. Now, when I think about it a lot, I'm like, wait, they're exploiting homeless people and just like random people in the street. They're not always homeless, so I should let that go. But often, there are people that are not as stable in life as the person making the video, and they show them like the crazy thing, and it is funny how they're reacting. Like they'll see like John Pork or something, and they'll be like, I know him, and I think that's hilarious. But then they do some random ad in the middle, a gambling ad, talking about some, I'll get you some money. Like, especially if, like, because, like, these people need money. Like, some of these people, you can see that they're living their life isn't that good. They're standing right there in the street. Well, it's not illegal to stand in the street. Well, they make it seem illegal to stand in the street. You know, no loitering and all that. But whatever, that doesn't matter. What matters is like they be like, "Am I gonna get paid for this?" Because they're like joking and laughing. And then I don't like the meta glasses. If you're recording something on meta glasses, you're evil. You're evil, and I don't trust you. You're evil, and I don't trust you. I don't. Anybody recording on meta glasses, I don't trust them. Don't trust them. If you see somebody wearing sunglasses and they walking suspiciously, call the police. Play it. But don't trust them because no, it's not good. No. But yeah, there's always an ad for something. Like people will do something like a tutorial or something, or like the it'll. I'm watching it immediately. I'm like, this is an ad. I just saw a video of this guy cleaning his bathroom with his car washing products, and then I'm like, wait, this is an ad. He's going out of his way to show like the branding and everything, and he's like taking his time to describe everything like perfectly, like, oh, this spray bottle is like the best one, it has the settings. It screams like, oh, you're reading a script about cleaning the bathroom to sell this product to more people, to not just clean cars. Oh, okay. And then like people are all apps. Everybody has an app for something. I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all and y'all apps. It's just everything. Everything is an ad. Everything is an ad. Everything is an ad, and I just don't know like what to do. Like Like, it makes everything just seem so fake and lifeless because everything is to make money, and it's just like ad everywhere, all the time. Like, you can never get away from the ads. Everything's an ad, and like, soon they'll be projecting ads directly into our brains so that when we sleep, if we think, if we dream, we gotta watch an ad first before we can see the rest of our dream. They probably gonna play ads. They're gonna play ads before you go into REM sleep, and then they're gonna subconsciously play ads your entire REM sleep, and then you'll never dream again. That's what's happening now. That's what's happening now. They people, cause like, you've always been able to get ad space in unconventional like type of places like cars. I always thought it was really interesting that people that they like drove cars that were ads. And it's like, okay, but also weird, but okay, whatever. And I'm not talking business cars. I'm talking like people driving around in a car that just has an ad on it. And it like, that's whatever. It's really just whatever. That's your prerogative. It's your car. I don't have, like, it's okay, whatever. But I'm thinking soon, like, you just gonna have ads on your clothes against your will. You know, there used to be a time when you on your phone or on your computer or something, getting a bunch of ads was like, adware was a bad thing. Now adware is just everything. Like, that's just it. I saw this somewhere, like, they're gonna just make you say ad, like, you're gonna say ads every time you speak. Well, they would at first make it seem like you have a choice to do it, and then it would become something that is compulsory, because everybody would be like, oh my gosh, I need some money real quick, let me say an ad. I got my little Neuralink chip in my brain, because they're gonna mandate those, because like phones, they're gonna become compulsory. Something that you don't actually have to have, but don't have to do, but it becomes a way of life. Like, that's how they make AI seem. No, 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 no. Don't push it before it's pushed. Don't push it before it's pushed, because then I'm gonna look back when life is horrible and y'all the first ones that adopted, the first adopters, y'all the villains. Well, actually, the first adopters aren't the villains. It's actually the second, like, late stage like the people that come in and adopt it second, and then try to push it to everybody. That's those people talking about some, you can't avoid AI. No, I've been avoiding it just fine because I know how to read and I know how to search. And if I have to, I'm gonna just start going to the library. But I got a library card, so yes, exactly. But it's just like, everything's an ad, and they're gonna put the Neuralink chip in your head, and to finish your sentences, they're gonna say, like, if you pause for too long, if you're not talking to somebody long enough, they're gonna like, if I'm sitting in the house by myself right now, right? They're gonna force me to say ads out of my mouth just to myself, because I'm sitting here in front of the TV and just like doing nothing. That's what's gonna start happening. Well, not me, because by the time that happens, I better be so old that if they put the chip in my brain, I'll die immediately. That's how old I better be. But yeah, if you didn't realize, this might have been an ad.